Hello, my fellow humans. Welcome back to another daily dice where we ask the dice for a message and find out what that is. I want to thank anyone and everyone that continues to be a supportive part of this journey with me. I'm truly honored to be sharing this time and space with you. And for anybody that's new here, welcome. This is that reminder that we're all here sharing this human experience together, and that this is a safe space to show up as your highest, most aligned, loving, authentic self. And should these messages happen to resonate with you, it would mean so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. I have the hiccups for some reason. But if you're interested in supporting the channel further, you'll find all those links in the description box. In order to do so, you can email me for a personal reading, and you can even join as a member. I would love to see you on memberships, but if not, thank you so much for your continued support here. Today we are getting an important message from the ancestors. So we're going to find out what that is for you. So ancestors, what is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? What is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? All right, so ancestors, what is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? What oracle card will help us better understand the important message that you have for my fellow humans? What oracle card will help us better understand the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? Okay, it's that one. Thank you. On the bottom, we've got the sun. Enjoy success and happiness. Yes, I feel like they're definitely helping you out on your journey right now. Like, it's very important to them that they help you get to the next level. And it feels like they're reaching out to you and helping you climb this ridiculously steep path, but they're helping to support you every part of the way. And it might not feel like it at times, and at other times it might very much feel like it, or you might feel different ancestors appear at different times. And it's because you need some of the gifts and talents that those ancestors had when they were alive. And they're affording those gifts to you so that you can become the one that crawls or climbs and breaks their way to the top of the mountain. So let's find out. Ancestors, what is the important message you have for my fellow humans today? Ancestors, what is the important message that you have for my fellow humans today? What would you like them to know? What is the message you have for my fellow humans today? And it's so weird. Before we look at the dice, I don't know if you can see this sun. Yeah, you can see it. Okay, so the sun, this is actually coming through my blind over there. It's coming through the little holes, but I wish you could see it all the way where it starts. It looks like this is all stitched together, and it goes in figure eights like this all the way down the table, and it's all the way up there. It goes all the way across the bench right there and onto the couch. And it feels like they're saying it's like it's all stitched together. Like all of us have done something or another, even if it might not have seemed like it. We've all done something to help you get to this next level. And there might be parts where it feels blinded to you, where you're not seeing that part on the path, where it's not very clear to you. Like, how could you have done something when it feels like I'm healing from everything that you've ever been through, everything that everybody in the line has been through? But those gifts that they're giving you came from them learning their own lessons and tapping into their own power. And that's what they want to remind you. It's like, if we stand firm together, we'll get further together. It's not just on your shoulders. It's just that you're going to make more headway than anyone else. Wow, it's already really powerful. Okay, so we've got the 12th house, Aquarius energy, and Saturn. Yeah, that's that energy. It's like this suffering, this hardship, this heartbreak, this, this barriers and the blockages that are coming through and the illusions that you're seeing. And it's like, I'm done with all this, the feeling of the guilt, feeling like it's my fault, feeling like I have to carry all the blame. Like, there's just this feeling of being disconnected at times and in such a low vibration because of the journey itself. And that's to be expected. I'm not going to be someone up here saying, like, you should just let that go and get over it. Like, there are times that are really depressing and sad and heartbreaking on this journey. And I'm not trying to deter anybody. I'm not trying to dishearten anybody either. What I'm trying to remind us is that those of us that have been on this journey for a long time, if all we're doing is preaching positivity and happiness and, oh, life should just be rainbows and butterflies, like, we're not being 100% honest, because to be human means to experience the range of emotions, which is happiness all the way to sadness. And there's going to be a whole array of situations that arise that make us feel all kinds of different emotions at any one time. And sometimes we might not even know why we feel a certain way. But I feel like when you're in those darkness times, like those really sad times, or those really like purging times, like you're shedding something and you might not even know what you're shedding, right? Because it might not be yours. It might be somebody else's belief. And it's like, it never resonated with you, but it was still something that we carry. You know, and like you're in this time period where it's like, man, I've been really down and out for the last 3 days. Like, I haven't even been able to get out of bed. I couldn't take a shower. Like, I couldn't take care of myself. Like, what is wrong with me? They're saying, like, don't feel that way. Like, don't feel like there's something wrong with you. Like, you're letting go of, and to sit with it, right? It's not about getting over it. There's no one here saying, like, well, you should just get on with your life and get over it. No. What they're saying is to sit with it. And when you sit with it, we're going to do the work. We're going to help stitch you back together. You're not broken. Okay? That's not what it is. But they're like trying to help you bring back the pieces of yourself that you feel or believe might be lost. And it's not that they're lost. They're more or less just very buried within us, right? Like they're just somewhere down deep, and it's underneath all that heartbreak, and it's underneath all that hurt, and it's underneath all that pain. And so they're very much trying to help bring that back to you. And it feels like at other times you're very high, and this very high vibration of being very goofy, being very out there. And they want you to remember like what that feels like. And is there a way that you can take that feeling and that emotion and apply it to those moments when you do feel down and out? And they're not saying you're going to master it. Nobody's asking you to master this. They're just saying, is there a way? And can you be open to that way? And if you're open to that, then you can experience even greater healing and letting go of the illusions that have been holding you back, or that have been holding others back, or that have been holding the family lineage back. But they're really trying to help you here. And I was not trying to take forever with the dice, but holy crap, the energy coming in is so powerful right now. So let's get some cards out and see what comes through. Okay, ancestors, what is the important message that you're trying to get to my fellow humans here? Yeah, and I know that's hard because we want people, like, we want to believe that once you take this journey, like, it's all rainbows and butterflies and unicorn farts, but it's just not. Like, it's not, right? There's still ups and downs, and it's no matter how positive you get, part of living in this world means to experience suffering because it's a dualistic world. Like, there's no getting around that. It's just the way that it is. And I wish that I could say, you know, like one day Source is just going to come down and swoop their hand and take away all our suffering. But we come here to learn lessons, and that's just the way the world is set up. And right now it's not different, but we're trying to make it different by aligning with ourselves so that we have better tools in our tool belt to help us navigate these difficult situations. Yeah. Okay. So we've got the Popess on the bottom in the reverse. So there's times here when it's very superficial, right? Like there's times when the pain is actually superficial, but it's your reality because you're experiencing it so deeply. They're saying that that's okay. And again, there's not anybody here. I'm never going to be the one that says you should just get over it, right? Like we have to release it, but releasing it is not just getting over it. Just get through it. Like, you know, sitting with it. It's welcoming it in, saying, hey, neighbor, you've been here for a while. How about we sit down and have a cup of tea together and you tell me what the heck is going on? Sometimes you have to say that to your pain, and go and get yourself a cup of tea or whatever you drink and sit down and say, now tell me what's going on, and listen to yourself. What's coming through? Look at this. Wow, we've got the Queen of Swords. Yeah, there's some sort of cruelty that you've been playing at right here towards yourself. I feel like maybe you've been beating yourself up because you're not as far along as you want to. And the important message here is to remember that your fortune will continue to turn if you keep staying in this place of like not seeing things clearly and not listening with your intuition and not listening with the advice that they're giving you. It'll keep turning. The wheel will always turn, and you'll always have your ups and downs. And right now, there's just a lot that's been at play that's been keeping you from seeing something about yourself. And there's been causing a lot of hopelessness with the star here. Yeah, this is a very deep feeling here. This is a very heavy feeling coming in here, right? And it's this feeling of detachment. Like, I just want to be completely detached from the situation. Also, this is giving me this energy of feeling detached from your destiny. Like, what's the point of me doing this if all I'm ever going to do is endure hardships? And it's like, that's life. Like, I could totally tell you that's not life. Like, that's just you. There's something wrong with you, but that's not the truth. Like, we all deal with hardships. Like, I've been on this journey for years and nearing a decade. In fact, as 2025 comes around, I'll be on this journey for a decade, and I still deal with some very difficult things. In fact, the other day, I had to disconnect from everything and everyone, and I literally crawled into a shell, and I spent half a day crying my eyes out. And I can't tell you, I can't be like, oh, it was exactly this reason as to why I was crying my eyes out. I was just like, I had all this energy that needed to go somewhere, and the only place that it could go through was through tears. And I felt awful. I felt like I was a complete failure. I felt like all these things were coming to the surface, and I was like, what the heck is wrong? So it's just a part of the journey. And you can be like, well, that's not really suffering. And it's like, I understand that, but there are other things that happen. There are other things outside of my control that happen, and they don't seem to affect me as much as the internal things. And I feel like that's very much true with a lot of people. It's like external things are only triggers that trigger the internal things that we have spent so long trying to hide from. And with the Queen of Swords here, we see it's something that's ruthless. There's something here that's very ruthless. It's been trying to take up residence in your energy. And we're trying to move you away from that. And with the Wheel of Fortune, we have it connected to the sacral chakra, which this is my right to feel. It's connected with Jupiter. It's also connected with Pisces and Sagittarius energy. Okay, so there's a lot going on here in order for you to feel that, right? That Piscean energy, there's a lot of high highs, the fish climbing to the top and the fish falling to the bottom, and a lot of low lows. It doesn't matter if you have Pisces in your chart or not. That's something that humans experience on the regular. And knowing that there's nothing wrong with you, but being with those moments is going to help you find strength. It's going to help you find stability. And remember that I have to be with these moments as they come. I can't run away from them, because the more we try to run away from them, the more they continue to happen. We have Silver Dragon here with illuminates your potential with higher light. Access untapped resources. Look into your soul and see higher possibilities. So they're trying to give you the key here to explore the shadow aspect of yourself. And to remember that it's going to come with a lot of things that you might not like. But it's okay. Self-forgiveness is the number one thing here. Let's just not even focus. I feel like, especially if this is resonating with you, it's not even about focusing on forgiving others. Right now, the focus for you and the important message from your ancestors is focus on self-forgiveness. Where are you blaming yourself? Where are you shaming yourself? Like, where are you feeling like I have to carry this guilt because of this, right? We have two-faced energy here. Playing with your emotions is insincere and not who you think. Playing with your emotions is the one that's standing out here. Why are you playing with your own emotions? And that's a question that's very vital to you. It's like, you might be like, but I'm not, or I don't feel like I'm doing that. But ultimately, when we're in places that we don't like, we have to kind of come to this realization that maybe there's a part of my shadow that actually enjoys this. And asking that question, what part of me enjoys this thing that I really despise? You know, like, what part of me feels this way? And that's why I'm saying, like, getting a cup of tea and asking yourself these very difficult shadow questions and understanding that part of yourself so that you can give it a voice. You know, letting our emotional ego talk is a very difficult thing because it says some really nasty, cold-hearted things to us. But if we give it space to talk to us, we also can understand it. And when we understand it, being seen and validated by ourselves, it sets us free. Mirror. Reflects your own issues. Wow. Can we be more clear than that? Like attracts like. Yeah, so this is something that's being reflected back to you at this time, okay? And then we have gold digger. In it for what they can get, money hungry, and self-serving, okay? And so there's something here that's having to do with the material world that's coming in. It could very well be money. It could be self-serving. There could be things like whatever you can get, whatever someone else can get. There's something that's being reflected back to you that's very difficult for you to see the shadow aspect within yourself. The mirror, right? Seeing yourself in this, because it's like, I would never act like that. But we have to get back in touch with our shadow self, and asking our shadow selves these difficult questions isn't saying like, that's exactly how I act. It's saying, what part of me might act this out if it had the ability to do so? We have air dragon here with helps you rise above earthly matters. Exactly. Communicate honestly, brings inspiration and hope. See life from a higher perspective, right? Rising above earthly matters. So there's something here. So maybe it's like, I'm not feeling successful enough. I'm not getting this, or I'm not having that. And what your ancestors, the important message here is to draw away. We're trying to have you disconnect from the outcome. We're trying to have you disconnect from being so emotionally involved in whatever's going on, which is way easier said than done. We understand that. But when you can disconnect from that, then you can set yourself free, asking your shadow self these very difficult questions and understand yourself a lot more. Okay, so let's take a look at what your ancestor card here is. And that's what they're saying. We want to bring you into this place of enjoying success and happiness with the sun card on the bottom. They want to bring you into this brighter day. We have, look, the magic guardian. Unlock the magic within. This has been a popular card for some reason, coming out quite a bit here. So let's see what she has to say. She says, stop looking outside of yourself and recognize that you have incredible power within. Okay? Magic with a K is the energy of the universe that allows you to manifest and create through the direction and the power of your will. It changes according to your frequency. We've been talking about frequency this whole time. The magic guardian is a representation of the angel of magic who helps direct your will to bring something into creation. She is also the angel who swirls around shamans, the wise ones, when they are calling on the energy of magic to help them manifest something that will be healing and supportive of their path. She is the angel of all magic that is directed for the highest good of whoever is working with it. You are the magic. You are the answer. You have it all within you. If you've been searching for an answer, for a reason to focus, recognize that all you are looking for is already within you. You are a powerful and magic person with the capacity to direct your intentions and will your desires into being. But your power can only be powerful when you own it. So take time to acknowledge it. Your ability to dedicate yourself to a goal and make it happy is a real gift that you are being guided to recognize now. So they want you to recognize your power, okay? And they want you to own that part of yourself and also to own the shadow. There's something here about maybe you've been disowning the shadow, or maybe you've been trying to push away the shadow. Like, I don't like the shadow stuff. That stuff just really makes me feel like this, or that stuff makes me feel like this. And it's understanding that the shadow is a part of us. We are made up of both the light and the shadow. We are not one without the other. And without one, the other ceases to exist. And so owning this part of yourself will help you feel a lot more whole. And it will help you feel a lot more complete and ready to take on the world. Okay? So this is what I see here for you. If you feel like this is your message, leave the little moon that's like half light and half dark down below and say, I embrace the shadow aspects that lie dormant within me, knowing that when I give them a voice, I can see, hear, and validate myself fully, which allows me to shine in my brightest of light. If it resonated with you, it means so much to me if you were to like, comment, and subscribe below. And with that, I do want to take a quick second to thank your guides, your spirit messengers, your angel source, my spirit guides, and give a special shout out to the ancestors for coming through to give us this important message today. And until next time, stay human. Bye.